need that accountability, and moms are babying. You hit the nail on the head. Babying the boys so that they have no clue about how to be a man.
And they will never grow up and do anything productive. They will never do that. And you know, you mentioned gangs a moment ago. One of the things that I embrace gangs for, not for the negativity, but for the structure that they have. And the reason I say that the structure is because they bring young people in. They provide things that they need. They nurture them. They give them opportunity to be promoted in a position. And then they become leaders within that organization, and they've taught them the whole streamline. And many of us, even as educators, we turn our noses up instead of embracing and learning how we can take that energy in their structure, because they have a structure, and it's based on reading. Yeah. Because they have to learn, learn some things, and those same kids that will learn and will read that information and be productive. So we can take that energy that the gangs are getting, and we can put it in a positive spin to work for the glory of God and work for our communities.
Yes, that is so true, so true. If we look at the family structure and make some changes with, you know, accountability, make some changes with just getting our kids to study. Turn off the television, turn off the video games, you know, and give them some kind of incentive to do better and to learn. I think it could make such a big difference.
Our kids really want to do well. And I just say this with so much passion that I can't, if I go back for a moment and I just tell you, I live with that stigma of being called functionally illiterate for 30 years. The labels that we put on these young people begin to push them to do negative things. The labels that we talk about will hold fast with them for the next 30 years or 40 years or 50 years. What I tell folks is that we have to watch what we do and put work into action to show kids a positive spin, to show our community a positive spin. I live with that, and until I was able to release that conversation I've had about my functional illiteracy in JET, I held that captive in my spirit. And though I was working with other young people, I always had that apprehension to tell that story until one day it was like, God said, this is a story I gave you. So go tell everyone so that you can help them change, because believe that somebody else is dealing with the same challenges that you've dealt with. And now they need you to come in and help them overcome those challenges. And so I'm on this mission as I travel around the country that I see the young people hurting in these different places. Because I was hurting in that classroom. Yeah. And nobody was there to help me. We got kids in these raggedy schools that are dying, they're crying in there, please help me. And nobody's helping them. They're going I reach out to many pastors and I ask them for help, and I never see that. Sometimes I never see them come. And so I'm just really pushing the envelope with folks to say, get involved. We need you. I'll help you structure anything. Call me and we can make it happen.
Yeah, tell us what we can do. Tell the viewers what they can do to make a difference in their local school district.
If you don't have a child in a particular school, but you live in that neighborhood, you need to go sign up and say, how can I help? Should I be here to answer the phone? Can I come to a PTA meeting? How can I help? If I live in that community, whether I have a child that graduated or not, and if I do have a kid that went to school in the neighborhood, I need my child to come back and help provide some tutoring. I also need some people who are very serious about changing the community to come out and provide workshops on the weekend. We have empowerment forums at our school, and we do it once a month, and we bring in these experts that come in and talk to you about health care, insurance, starting businesses, literacy. We bring the library, we bring the community college, we bring everybody. You have no excuses as to why you can't be productive. And I think it takes that village. If you can't get the whole village to work, then bring the village in one location and then make people come there. And so we can begin to do that by reaching out and just being honest with the way that we're feeling, being honest with the things that we've dealt with and our challenges. And it takes leaders to actually go and provide the information, because some people don't know how to ask questions, or they don't know how to talk about those things of which they need support in.
Yes, that is so true. Well, first of all, let me ask you, how many students do you have at the Richard Wright?
We have approximately 400 students.
400 students. And you had mentioned on the program before, and we were just ending on the Skype program, that you have, because it's a public school, you can't have chapel or something like that. But you do have something called Family Matters. Tell us what that is.
Family Matters for us every morning is we provide a routine. Our kids come in. First of all, they have to turn in their homework as they're coming in the door. So we don't wait till they get to class. That's their check-in. So we don't wand our kids with metal detectors or anything, because we're not breeding inmates, we're breeding students.
Oh, come on now.
And so with that, they turn in their homework assignments, they come into Family Matters, and we have breakfast. We do the pledge, we sing Lift Every Voice, we sing Star Spangled Banner, and then we have a moment of a positive reflection, and that's my moment of prayer, essentially, that we have our moment of reflection. And kids come with a myriad of things. They'll come and say, Dr. Clark, can you ask for a positive reflection? My cousin got shot last night, or such and such happened. And a lot of times it's also positive. My grandmother graduated from college. Can we give a shout out to her? We use that moment of time to do that. Then we have some songs. So in our school, I let the kids choose the song. So when they want to play Christian songs, nobody can say that I made them do it.
Right.
All right.
Right,
and we were
right.
able to have that moment. And you should see what happens of that. And during Family Matters, which is our devotional time, you should see exactly what happens with our kids. It changes their mindset. It transitions. Because you remember, some of our kids have been sleeping in cold houses that night. Some of our kids didn't have running water the night before. Some of our kids couldn't sleep because they had siblings all over the place. And when they come to our building, it's a place of refuge. So the name Family Matters comes together because we're one body and we are one family, and it matters.
That is so great. And I know that the students have to appreciate your passion for them and your desire to see them achieve, because this is not just a job for you. And that's what I picked up from when we had talked before and during the interview. This is not just a job for you. This is who you are.
I start my day at 4:30 every morning, and I'm not finished.
4:30?
4:30 every morning, wow. And I'm not finished till about 9 or 10 every night. This is a dream, and I can say to all of the congregation and anybody else that is around, I can say this wholeheartedly. If you really believe in your dream, remember it's the dream God gave you. And I can honestly say dreams do come true, because my dream of opening my own school, having kids that will go out and fix their reading and fix their writing and begin to become public speakers, my dream came true, and it was all to the glory of God, because that is the dream that I asked. I prayed for it wholeheartedly, and it took time to make it happen, but when it happened, oh, what a great day it was.
Yes, because you dared to dream.
I dared to dream.
You dared to dream. And in view of that, I have a little something for you, a little surprise. Can you guys pass me that, please? Have a little surprise for you that we want to give you from Dare to Dream.
Oh, wow.
A cap and a t-shirt.
Hey, and you know what? Purple is like my favorite color. It's my maternity color. Royal purple.
Royal purple.
That's right, royal purple. This is awesome.
You represent what we talk about on Dare to Dream, and that is having a dream, knowing that you're walking in your divine destiny and then moving forward, in that destiny. Because God has placed you where you are with this passion and this desire and this testimony. So I just want to tell you that we appreciate what you're doing so much, and I know your students do too.
I tell you, I humbly appreciate that, and I thank you for this amazing opportunity to just share my story, and I pray that what I've said to others, it will help them, and that they can continue to be positive, and that we can continue to change our community, because I know, and I have in my heart, that one day we're going to wake up and everybody's going to be literate. And we won't have some of the challenges that we have. I know it's going to happen. I believe it, because I had the dream of the school. So if that dream could come true, so can this other dream that I have for our community. Yes. And I'm just very proud. We need your voice. You keep it going. And I'm glad that you're doing it for the glory of God.
We have to, because God is our all in all. And if we don't move in Him, then What's the point, right?
What's the point?
What's the point?
And so we continue to do this, and I want our church congregation to really, really continue to be involved. And if they need me, they can reach out to me. I'd be glad to come and work with anybody who wants to change.
How can they reach you?
You can go to my website at drmarcoclark.com. That's drmarcoclark.com. Or they can reach me at 860-997-6802.
And we'll put that number up on the screen. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank
Clark.
you so much. All right.
You've been a blessing.
Thank you.
Dr. Clark has given us some valuable insight into the current status of education in the inner city, as well as some strategies to impact our children's academic outlook. Share this with your friends and family. Let's do all that we can to make a difference in our children's lives. And most of all, let's impact them for Christ. Well, that's our program. Thanks so much for tuning in. Join us next time. It just wouldn't be the same without you.